Hello viewers, welcome to my channel, which is Joya's Kitchen. I hope you are all doing very happy, very positive. Today I'm gonna show you one of our Bengali typical favorite dish, which is Shutki Vuna, or it's actually dried fish with lots of spices. So dried fish is quite popular in Bangladesh and I think in Africa as well. So this is one of the dried fish. Actually, this fish is particularly a big fish. There is some kind of small fish, dried fish as well, but today the dish I'm cooking, it's actually a big dry fish, and they are quite expensive, but at the same time they are super tasty. And I'm gonna show you the traditional way how we do it in Bangladesh. We use quite a lot of spices, garlic, it's amazing. So just stay with me and enjoy the whole process how I do it. So the dry fish I am actually using, this is actually catfish. So in Bangladesh we call it gojar mach or something like that. So this is actually a quite big fish. So it's not very fishy smelly, it's kind of like meat. And we prefer usually the big fish. And this is actually, I bought it from an African shop, but in Asian shop you can find the same kind of dry fish as well. There is no like problem in it. And this is the big one, and this comes in this kind of packet, and which you can already see the price, but I live in London, so this is the price from the London. So I'm not sure in your place how much it costs, but yes. So I have to soak my dry fish first for at least 15 minutes. You can boil it, but if you boil it, you can lose quite a lot of smell, and that's we don't want. So that's why we're gonna put like boiling water on the fish, and then we're gonna keep it and soak it for at least 15 to 20 minutes. In that case, all the sand, all the extra things gonna go, and then we're gonna wash it 3-4 times, and it's ready to cook. So you can see I already added really hot boiling water on it, and now I'm gonna keep it in a corner for 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna wash it and make it like a small pieces, bite-sized pieces. So it's soaked. So after 20 minutes of soaking, now my fish was ready, and then I cut it like you can see, kind of like bite-sized pieces. I prefer a little bit chunky pieces because that's how usually in Bangladesh the hotels or restaurants they cook it, and trust me, they taste amazing. When you're gonna bite it, it tastes like meat. It's so good. So yeah, my fish is ready to cook now. So to cook our traditional dry fish or shutki, we need a lot of onion. This is the main base of the dish. So I took here a 13 onion, like quite large 13 onion, and I roughly chopped it. So onion is the must, like this is one of the must ingredients you have to use a lot, because most of the taste is gonna come from the onion. So here is 13 onion roughly chopped. Doesn't matter how you cut it, it's just roughly chopped and ready. And when you're gonna fry this onion, oh, the sweetness gonna come from it. It's just one of the best. So at the same time, I took here 3 tablespoons of ginger paste. So we need quite a lot of ginger garlic, because always dry fish have a really strong smell. So you have to down it or tone it down a little bit more. And I took here around 2 tablespoons of garlic paste as well, or minced garlic, whatever you have available. So garlic and ginger, you need quite a lot. At the same time, I really like a lot of garlic clove in my shutki or dry fish. I took here also 3-4 green chili as well. So yeah, what I was saying, we actually use a lot of garlic cloves, and trust me, if you add a lot of garlic cloves in your dry fish, that's gonna make your dish one of the best, because this garlic gonna soak the flavor of the dry fish, and then it's gonna be really buttery and soft and sweet. So yes, try to use a lot of garlic cloves. So my garlic cloves are ready and it's clean. I'm gonna add here 3 to 4 bay leaf as well. So bay leaf also must. So yeah, 3 to 4 bay leaf. And at the same time, other ingredients I'm using around 4 to 5 tablespoons or half cup of coconut milk. Trust me, just follow my recipe and add a little bit of coconut milk. That's gonna taste like amazing in your dish. So coconut milk and dry fish go so good together. So yes. So the powder spices I'm using for this dish, I took here 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder. I don't need too much turmeric powder. It's just because of the color. It's not gonna give too much of taste. And then 2.5 tablespoons of red chili powder. Red chili powder I need quite a lot, because this is a spicy dish. You have to understand, dry fish don't taste good if it's not a little bit of spicy. But if you want, you can reduce the amount of chili if you want. And 1.5 tablespoons of coriander powder. This is just basic regular coriander powder. and 1.5 tablespoon of cumin powder. So those 4 basic spices, and 1.5 tablespoon of sugar. Trust me, sugar you have to add a little bit because sugar gonna bring the sweetness of the onion. So 4 basic spices, which is turmeric, chili powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, and sugar. So these are the powder spice I'm using. So I already added 5 to 6 tablespoons of vegetable oil in my frying pan, and yes, you have to cook your dry fish in quite a lot of oil. This is obviously not a healthy dish, so you have to make it yummy. That's it. And now I'm gonna fry my onion at least 10 to 12 minutes because it's gonna take quite a long time, but you have to be patient. This is the main part of the cooking anyway, and that's why I'm gonna fry my onion or caramelize my onion for at least 10 to 12 minutes, and then I'm coming back. So after 8 to 10 minutes of frying, now my onion is half caramelized, and this is the time I'm going to add my bay leaf and ginger garlic paste because they're going to take a little bit of time to cook. So I'm going to fry them together. So now I'm going to add my bay leaf, my ginger, and my garlic paste. And we don't want the raw flavor in it because ginger garlic take a little bit of long time. So yeah. And you can see my onion is half caramelized, and you have to be patient because it takes a little bit of time. But this is the base of the main cooking. So I'm using the bay leaf, and now I'm adding my ginger and garlic paste all together. So I already added all my powder spices. I didn't make the video because I forgot. I'm sorry for that. But you can already understand after 4-5 minutes of frying, then I added all my powder spices. And now I'm going to fry my onion with the powder spice for at least 3 to 4 minutes more. So after another 3 minutes of frying, you can already see the onion is quite dry, and I can see the oil is separate. And this is the time actually I'm gonna add my garlic cloves because garlic clove gonna take a little bit of time to cook. And at the same time, so I'm gonna just mix my garlic cloves first with the spices. And my onion looks quite dry now, so that what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit of boiling water because obviously I have to cook my garlic cloves as well. So I added like maybe few tablespoons, and now I'm gonna fry my garlic and onion for another 2 minutes. So 2 minutes of frying. After 2 minutes of frying, you can see my onion is quite done now, and this is the time I'm adding my all fish pieces because fish piece also gonna take a little bit of time. That's why we have to cook it together. In that case, fish gonna absorb all the flavor from this onion because it's quite a lot of flavor in this onion. So now I'm gonna dry fry my fish for at least 4 to 5 minutes, just like that, before I add any water. So I've been frying my fish pieces nearly 4 minutes, and you can see it's quite dry now. So we have to cook our fish, and we have to cook our garlic cloves as well. So this is the time I'm gonna add a little bit of water, and trust me, this gravy gonna soak because we're gonna soak the gravy. This is kind of like a dry kind of dish. It's not gonna be very runny or gravy based dish. So I already added around 1 cup of boiling water here, and as I said, this is not going to be runny dish. So what we have to do in this gravy, we have to cook our fish, and we have to give it a little bit of time to absorb all the flavor. So I'm gonna cook my fish just like that now for 6 to 7 minutes, and at the same time I'm gonna add my coconut milk as well. Don't add too much coconut milk. Maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons should be fine for this amount of fish. So I'm just adding it together. In that case, fish gonna absorb all the coconutty flavor from here, and it's not gonna be very strong. It's gonna be like hint of coconut. That's it. So now I'm gonna mix everything together, and I'm gonna cook my fish just like that for 5 to 6 minutes. Then I'm coming back. So after around 6 minutes of cooking, you can see the water is quite absorbed, and it's kind of like it reduced quite a lot, the gravy. And still we have to cook it a little bit longer. So I'm gonna keep cooking my fish for another 3 minutes till the water absorbs more and it become a little bit more dry. And I just wanted to show you how the fish chunks are. They are very, very soft, but at the same time they are cooked. They are really, really nicely cooked. So after around another 4 minutes of cooking, you can see my fish is quite dry now, and this is the time I'm gonna add those green chilies here, and that's gonna give really, really fresh green chili flavor. So just now I'm gonna fry it for another 1 minute. So after 1 minute, my fish is nearly done, and now I'm just adding here around 1 tablespoon of garam masala powder. So this garam masala powder have little bit of cumin seed as well. So this is like regular basic garam masala powder, but if you have cumin seed, if you don't have cumin seed in your garam masala powder, just mix a little bit of separate cumin seed powder as well. And I am adding this powder exactly at the end. After adding this powder, I'm not gonna cook my dry fish anymore. So my dish is done, and now I'm gonna serve it. Oh, look at that. So here you go, guys. This is my dry fish curry, or Shutki Vuna, or typical Bengali dry fish is ready for you. And as you noticed, it was not very complicated. I know that was a very long process of cooking, but it's not gonna take more than 40 to 50 minutes, trust me. And if you pay that much of time and patience in this dish, trust me, it's worth it, because it's so yummy. It's unbelievably tasty. And dry fish is quite good for your body as well, because that one have really good kind of like quantity of iodine. And this is actually rice dish, so you have to boil some plain rice, and then you have to enjoy this dry fish curry with the boiled rice. So I hope you're gonna like my recipe and make it and enjoy with your whole family. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and follow my recipes with your friends, family and neighbors. And yes, just make it, enjoy it, and be positive. And thanks for watching my video. So bye bye, take care.